Well, despite 51 points from Zach LaVine, the Chicago Bulls still lose by what? 12, 16 points to the Detroit Pistons. Me and Pat, we're going to break it all down for a quick post-game show for you guys right after this.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily podcast on the Chicago Bulls, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for tuning in to the Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every single day. That's Pat the Designer. I'm Haize, and the Bulls suck, bro.
Listen, what are we breaking down here? I mean, this was a game to me that said exactly what we were saying in the last game, right? When we were having a conversation about beating the Raptors, we all went, the Raptors aren't a good basketball team, and the Bulls should have beaten the Raptors. And they found a way to do it. In this game, Zach LaVine puts up 51 points. I love it. Let's keep it going, blah, blah, blah. Outside of that, I mean, like, the team played god awful. They literally played horribly. And I'm a be the first to say it maybe in podcast form. I know a lot of people try to say it's early in the season, but listen, we're 3 years into continuity. They look like they're done playing together, bro. The Chicago Bulls look like they are done playing together. And I'm talking about your main three, right? Your Zach LaVine, your DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic. They literally look like at times in this game, yeah, I'm kind of over this. I mean, you know, like when you on the court and you like, hey man, like I'm ready to kind of lose so that we can get up out of here.
No,
like,
you know what it reminds me of? It's like a couple that breaks up right after they sign a new lease, so they know they got a year together anyway. And they just stuck in there.
Yes, bro. Hey, bro, we gotta pay for this apartment, bro. What we gonna do? Not live in it?
Like that's what it feels like, man. Like it's. Here's what I'll say. Like the thing to me that pissed me off so much this game is just like how much it was like seeing a because the Detroit Pistons aren't an amazing basketball team by any stretch of the imagination. But the fact that they fought, right? Every time the Bulls got the lead down to like 4 or 5, they got it right back up to double digits. On top of that, the highlight and importance of moving without the ball. The Pistons do that. You know what that creates? Easy shots for any team. Any team. If you move without the ball, you're going to create some easy shots. The Chicago Bulls make offense so much harder on themselves.
Oh my God.
Everybody stands around.
There was a play at the end of the game that to me depicts everything that I needed to know about this Bulls team and kind of with the coaching as well, right? Like literally Zach LaVine is going to work. He's trying to get his, you know, he's trying to put the Bulls back in a position to win, gets to the bucket on the lay. I look at the other 4 guys on the court. Vooch is on the right wing. I believe it was Javon Carter in the game at that point. He's at the top. Patrick Williams is standing on the left side, 2 feet away from DeMar DeRozan, who's also on the left side. 2 feet. There's zero offense in any league that teaches you to be that. He could be playing football and they're not going to teach you to be that close to the man standing next to you. Why? Because there's 2 defenders in the same spot. If Zach LaVine says, I'm not going to take this because I got DeMar in the corner, I see him out of the corner of my eye, I'm going to kick this basketball over there. There's 2 defenders standing right there. And I'm going to be real with you, dog. Like, I know it feels like I'm hating at this point, and I'm not. I want them to be good. The experiment's got to be over. We cannot go into the next game starting Patrick Williams. He brings nothing to the table.
He's absolutely starting next game just because you said that.
I know he's going to start, right? Like, listen, Billy Donovan shouldn't be here. He's going to play here for the next. He's going to coach here for the next 6 years on some mystery contract that a wizard put together, basically. That's, you know what I mean? But what is he giving us? Like and it's not just P. Will. I asked that question about so many players on the Bulls. What are you giving me? We've praised Vooch. Vooch gave us nothing tonight. He got cooked by Jalen Duren. I ain't seen Vooch get cooked that often. Vooch got cooked tonight. And I just, there's too many. When you go into your 3rd year of continuity and you still have questions, I think you've got your answer. And that's what it comes down to me.
Yeah, hey, listen, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Listen, and that's not to say
Dang, coolest. He ain't even G League material. This man is D League material.
that's funny. D League isn't even around.
Hey, yo, the D League was horrible too. Like,
that's crazy. Here's what I'll say is that not to say because blowing it all up isn't happening, but a serious retool needs to come at some point in time. And here's the thing that I've noticed about this team: 3 games in, again, they got plenty of time. They got 79 games to try to turn it around and prove me wrong. But what I'm saying right now is it ain't working. The new offense that we tried to instill isn't working, especially not when you have players moving out the ball. Kobe White, and this isn't for Kobe White's effort. Kobe White right now, the starting point guard, you ain't doing nothing to help him be a starting point guard when your players don't move without the ball either, but it's not working. Nothing is working. Like I said, Vooch, DeMar, and Zach are the polyamorous couple that just signed a new lease that are trying to get up out of there.
Polyamorous, my boy. Yeah. That's the word you're going with there.
That's the word I'm going with right
That's
now.
how you doing it right now?
Yeah.
You said they're the polyamorous couple. I agree with you, bro. And honestly, that is the biggest problem with the Chicago Bulls right now is that I get it. You don't want the Larry Markkinen situation, right? You want to have an understanding of what the team you have is. But I understand 3 games in that these guys aren't vibing together. 3 games in, it feels like Nikola Vucevic wants out. And I'm not saying that they do. I don't know what their personal feelings are, but 3 games in, this is what it looks like when I watch this team play basketball on the court. Like I'm fine. I'm not, y'all know I'm not a tank person. I don't believe tanking fixes anything. But I do believe that. Now, what I will say is, listen, if anybody has a chance to prove me wrong, it's Wemby and the Spurs. Wemby might prove me wrong on the tank. He might be the first one to actually get a championship out of tanking. We'll see, though. We'll see what kind of output he ends up having.
But also, it's different when you have Greg Popovich there because you can bet on him getting the most out of developing people, right? I mean, so even outside of Wemby, like look at Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell started off as a lot like Patrick Williams.
That's what I wanted.
But so like it's different when you have the coach and Greg Popovich there, where you can tank and you can say, "Hey, we're gonna try a couple of years of this." And you know, listen, they let DeJounte Murray go. You know why? Because you can bet Greg Popovich is going to develop another. We don't have that here. We don't have that. We drafted project players that came in that were very raw, and we just got a shooting coach and a player development team 3 years after drafting Patrick Williams.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, like,
here goes football CF Candy with the same dumb narrative. Unless fans stop going to games, nothing will change. Do you think that go back and look at the attendance of every team that ever had to go through? That is stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah,
it's dumb. It's dumb.
It's not on. Listen, it's that man right here. Hold on, right here. This guy right here. Him. That's what it's about. That dude right there, that's what it's about. That's exactly what it's going to come to. Nothing's going to change. People not coming. You know how many people go to the White Sox game? The White Sox are at the bottom of every attendance sports wide. It ain't got nothing to do with baseball. Sports wide.
Yeah.
It has, like, he's getting his check. And he's okay with Jerry Reinsdorf is absolutely okay with, hey, the check cleared today. That's all we're worried about here. So now I don't think that tanking or that people going to games is going to change the situation that the Bulls are in right now. I think realistically, you wanted to get competitive. You got competitive. But getting competitive isn't the base. You have to have a future.
And this is let me break this down for you again. This is stupid because you know what it took? It took for John Paxson to go to Jerry Reinsdorf and say, "Hey, I don't know how to do this anymore." You know, if he wouldn't have went to Jerry and did that, Paxson would still be the president of basketball 100%. Operations right now. So again, you're wrong. You're trying to make the facts fit your narrative rather than let the facts speak for themselves. That's not how it went down.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah,
100%.
and it's crazy when people try to argue this thing with people who are actually ingrained and follow the team every single day.
Yeah. I'm sitting there trying to plug my keyboard in, looking crazy on the screen. There it is. No, 100%. Like it had nothing to do with Jerry firing him. Kenny Williams was here 20 years.
Yeah.
Why do people think that the man that owns the White Sox is different from the man that owns the Bulls? He likes the Bulls more.
You know why people think that? Because that billboard, and people really think that billboard did nothing. The ticket sales did nothing, because John Paxson would still be running this team right now if he didn't have the awareness to say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing.
John won an NBA championship here. You think that Jerry Reinsdorf was going to fire John Paxson?
Exactly.
He literally won you an NBA. He won it. Like, he made the shot that ends up winning the game.
And people act like Doug Collins just stopped being on Chicago Bulls payroll last season.
I don't know, bro. Like it's not even. There's so many question marks with this team, and it starts with want to from the players. And I think we saw some want to in the last game from certain players. I do believe we saw it from Kobe White. I do believe that we saw it from Torrey Craig. But Billy Donovan's got his rotation and he's locked to it. And it's not, here's the thing. There's not, like, if they fire Billy today, what coach you want?
Like I always say, bro, and every time we or anybody asks this question, I don't want them to go out and find another big name. I want them to actually do a coaching search and go find their Eric Spoelstra, meaning the next guy who's going to build a system here and develop for the next 8 to 10 years. I do not want them to go out and get another big name head coach. I don't want them to get Doc Rivers, Mark Jackson, Jesus. I don't want them to sign nobody that we know. I want them to actually do a damn search and go out there and find the next great one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think that there is one out there right now.
Oh, like, no, there's definitely some.
You got to find a young guy that you're taking a chance on. Do we want to see him do that? Like they did that with Fred.
True, but I understand why they did that with Fred, because every coach, hell, Steve Kerr said, I've stolen Fred Hoiberg's offensive concepts from college. So, like, I understand why they doubled down on Fred. It just was a combination of a lot of things. Paxson and them weren't drafting with a vision. They were just throwing players out there. They got caught in a rebuild he didn't expect to be in. But I would say this, like, there are absolutes that coach to me, you talked about offline. We weren't on the episode, but there's literally there's a coach that just left his overseas team that would honestly be perfect.
Oh no, I don't want that. You know who I want?
Who?
There's a coach that just left his team in Chicago.
Oh, you want James Wade?
Come on now.
I'm not mad at that either.
What are he doing in Toronto? He's not doing nothing. They trash too. Come on now. Let's make this thing happen. Come on now. I like this. I love the back and forth. I love just being live after a game, because this isn't a podcast. We just have fun. The argument you're making is horrible. The Reinsdorf argument is simply making is their model requires ticket sales.
No, you don't understand his model. There's no model. This model is the checks are clearing.
My argument to you, Football Candy, would be, where have the White Sox ranked in ticket sales over the last 10 years? And where are
this
the
is
changes?
Even worse. To say that it doesn't matter what Jerry thinks. Yes, there's a board, but guess what? There is also a controlling share. Guess who has the controlling share?
Yeah,
it's Jerry Reinsdorf. Yes, there's a board. Where Reinsdorf is the end all be all when it comes down to that.
And listen, the Chicago White Sox lost 103 games this year. The Chicago White Sox lost 103 games this year. They've ranked top 5 until 2023. Okay, you're not paying attention. All right, cool. That's cool. That's good.
That's why I say CF Football Candy is one of the worst with
the Chicago White Sox have ranked top 5 since 2023. The Chicago White Sox? Are you serious? Like, are you paying attention to anything? So you're just talking. The Chicago White Sox are top 5.
I feel like he should just go get a sign and stand outside the United Center when there's game. Don't come to this game. If we want change, don't come. The end is nigh. That's who CF Football Candy.
I appreciate you commenting. I really do, and I appreciate you having your opinion. But the Chicago White Sox, I'm a Sox fan. I'm not going to the games. I love the team. I work for the company that literally is the home of the White Sox. I went to 4 games this season. That's the most games I've been to in the last 5 years. Come on, dog. What are we talking about here? Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, listen, there's a lot of season left.
You want to know something surprising? The Chicago White Sox lost 103 games last year. I just looked it up. You want to know what the ticket sales increase or decrease was?
What was it?
The ticket sales increased 43% in a 103 loss season.
For the White Sox?
For the White Sox.
Oh, no. You know why?
Because they were discounted. They were giving them away. So.
Bro, they sold 3 games for $1. Legitimately.
They literally inflated the numbers.
They sold tickets for $1.
That's funny.
They sold tickets to a game that they lost by 7 for $1. I was there. I saw dudes flexing. They were sitting 3 feet from home plate, and they were sitting there, hey, baby, you know what I'm saying? I got these tickets. I got that bag. Yeah, I mean, I'm coming up. And I was laughing. Because I was sitting behind them going, ayo. Yeah, it's a bug in there. I was sitting behind them going, ayo. They sitting here flexing on $2 tickets. I love it. Like, we're not going to, the whole, here we go, we're going to do this and we're going to make this happen. And like, bro, fans not coming to games is not going to change the people that are on the court.
Yeah. It's not.
You have to go out. You have to develop young players. You have to be able to listen. I love the DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic model. You know when I love it? If there's a young man that comes behind them, that's crazy. If there's a young man that comes through the pipeline, that's insane. Yo, that is insane.
Dwight Howard said, "You rang."
You gotta stop. If there's a young man that comes through the pipeline, that is Ryan Braun. If there's a young man that comes through the pipeline, that is Michael Porter Jr., who we could have had. You got Pat Will. You got Pat Will. I don't know, man. Hey,
let's get up out of here, bro.
Let's get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, all that good stuff. Follow me on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow us both on you can follow us both on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer.
We up out here, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow for a full episode.
I'm on my Matt Peck. I'm throwing hats.
Let us know if you guys enjoy these quick post-game shows, even when we don't record full episodes, because we plan on continuing them throughout the season, even though Pat's going to be gone for about 5 days. I'm going to have to hold down the fort, so it is what it is.
I mean, I forgot. I really did.
Man, I love work how you so forget much. You're going to the DR. That's hilarious,
bro. I love work so much. I really forgot I was leaving.
All right, man. We love you guys, man. Make sure you guys are following Locked On Bulls and every podcasting app and platform of your choice, man. We about here. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
He never saw you without it. You don't even always wear a hat. What is?
Nah, they're definitely not with a fresh cut. Come on now, baby. I'm out here.
Zach, are you good? Do you need a breather? I know you're about to score 51 points, but we're going to take you out of the game right here. Zach, you have to speak up. You have to speak up. I can't hear you through the deep voice, Zach.
You like to get out here and score a couple of points, I just dropped the easy 51 on them.